And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. We're live here at the Laurel Park paddock. I'm Stanton Salter along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. It's a little hot, but there's no rain. It's clear skies. We're fast and firm today to kick off the three-day race weekend. We have a 10-race program today, 6 races on the world-class turf course. Nice carryover today in the Rainbow Pick 6. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's not a little hot. It's a lot hot out
here today.
Hot. It's been awfully steamy in this Baltimore, Washington area for the last couple of days, and it's going to continue, I think, for a few more. But yeah, got a nice little carryover, $4,200 in the Rainbow Pick 6. A nice, good competitive card lying ahead of us, no doubt about it.
And they played the Pick 6 well last week, and I think one day they put over $5,000 new money into it. So don't sleep on this Pick 6 today. It'll start race 5 today on our 10-race program. Lots to get to. We have a great show today. A lot of video spotlights to show you for horses that are running today. Also, we'll talk about the Concern Stakes, the feature on tomorrow's card. Also, we'll talk to Hammy Smith about Talk Show Man in the co-feature tomorrow. But first, Dave Rodman and I, we talked about Ben's Cat earlier this week on Laurel Park Weekly. First time seeing you since Ben's Cat passed away. Certainly a lot of great memories for his career that started way back in 2010.
Way back. Caught a lot of his charts, watched a lot of his races when he went out of town, and just a consummate professional. The way he handled himself, he wasn't bred so regally or anything like that. What he did, though, he epitomized, like, Baltimore, what we are kind of as a community.
Yeah, blue-collar stakes horse.
No doubt about it, and just devastating when I heard the news. Shocked. You're just hoping, he could go out and enjoy retirement. Unfortunately, things took a turn, but some great memories. Just even last year, over at Pimlico, winning that McKay Stakes, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Age of 10. I'm calling that chart. He's not going to get there. He's down inside. Just not going to get there. He's not going to run down this, really kind of shipper coming in on the lead, loose lead, and the determination that he showed, and he brought it each and every time. And even at the end, you saw him trying. Just really, really a sad day. A sad period. It's gonna take a little bit to get over, the loss of Ben's Cat.
Of course, he won the Mr. Diz 6 years in a row here at Laurel. He won the Jim McKay Turf Sprint at Pimlico 5 years in a row, or five out of 6 years. So we lost him earlier this week. They were trying everything they could. The Leatherberry did the right thing this year to retire him. He was at a beautiful farm down there in Kentucky. They tried the colic surgery, and he was responding well to it, but then went the other way. So they had to do the right thing. We lost Ben's Cat, but lots of good memories, certainly. And Dave Rodman, after the scratches and changes today, we'll have a moment of silence for the 4-time Maryland-bred champion, the 11-year-old Ben's Cat, who earned over $2.6 million. We'll have a moment of silence after Dave Rodman does the scratches and changes today. So let's move on here today. Great racing here today. Also, it's opening day up there at Saratoga, and we have a Maryland-bred filly in one of the features up there, the Grade 3 Schuylerville. What a race that is. Of course, you're going to have some of the best 2-year-old fillies in the country. Todd Pletcher with a couple in there. I believe Steve Asmussen with a couple in there. But how about Limited View, the Maryland-bred filly for trainer John Salzman Jr. Here's her debut win here at Laurel. She's a 2-year-old filly by Freedom Child out of a Not for Love mare. And a very impressive win here against Maiden Special Weight Company. Edgar Prado was aboard, and Prado's aboard today on this filly here. Limited View. She's number 5 in the Schuylerville today up at Saratoga. Race 8, she's 10-1 morning line. Now, on the same day, Keith, there was also a Maiden Special Weight for the boys the same day that was won by the Cal Lynch 2-year-old Cheese On. Limited View had a faster time that day, and also Cheese On has come back to win an allowance race at Delaware. And I had John Salzman Jr. on the radio show last night. He's very high on this Maryland-bred daughter of Freedom Child, and she's worked a couple sensational works since that maiden score here at Laurel.
She'll be ready. They're going up there for a reason, and she's going to slip through the cracks betting-wise.
Sure.
She didn't slip through the cracks, obviously, in the debut. And, my partner Bill Basmal up there, he's as shrewd as they come when giving out the written down or the handily comments. And she had more in the tank. She was just skipping over the racetrack. She'll probably enjoy Saratoga. A good break is absolutely needed. We see it in these races time and time again up there. These horses kind of, very little experience whatsoever, new environment. But she brings what she brought at Laurel. She transfers it up there. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Is she going to win? I don't know, but she's going to make her presence known.
Should be a big price, and the Salzman's very good with 2-year-olds and very good with schooling them at the gate, and that's why they break well and win early. So limited view, the Maryland-bred filly at a good price up there. Race 8 at Saratoga, the Grade 3 Schuylerville up there, opening day at Saratoga. Also tomorrow is the Grade 3 Sanford for the 2-year-old boys, and a Naughty Boy, that Penn National shipper for trainer Aaron McClellan that won at 30-1 here in debut. Naughty Boy's in the Sanford tomorrow up there with Tyler Connor. He'll probably be about 50-1, but talking to Aaron McClellan after Naughty Boy won here, she thinks the horse will win a stake race this year.
Well, there you go, right into it.
All right, so
Came in and just got the money, right?
Some local angles up there. Also, Chubby Star for Sagamore Farm and Horacio de Paz. Chubby Star is in the other co-feature up there today, the Grade 3 Lake George up there. Chubby Star second against the boys in the Jimmy Murphy.
Chubby Star will be fine.
Lake George or Lake
nice
a lot of lakes up there, man. Yeah, Lake George. The Grade 3 Lake George. Chubby Star's in there. Grand Motion with a nice filly in there. Party Boat. So it's cool to watch these local connections down here run against some of the best horses in the world up there at Saratoga.
Our product's solid here, and they leave, and they leave for a reason. They've got a shot. There's no doubt about it, and it's just going to continue that way as this product just keeps getting better and better and better here at Laurel and Pimlico. And we've got our own Lake Shapiro out there.
That's right. Yeah, that was Lake Shapiro out there in the infield here where they used to run the DC International. I like it. All right, we have a big weekend here. Nice carryovers today in the Rainbow Pick 6. Super high five in today's opener. Tomorrow, we have a great card tomorrow. 10 races, a bunch of nice races on the turf. The feature will be the Concern Stakes for 3-year-olds, 75,000 going 7 furlongs. No dozing for trainer Arnaud Delacour. Going to be very tough in that race.
I've got him lined 6-5. I think he'll settle in that region, and they better have the running shoes on to beat him. Perfect sprinting. He's facing real heavy heads. Shipping all over. Read in the press release, had a little bruised foot, an issue. Has come back since training very forwardly. I think 7 furlongs, perfect distance for no dozing.
Another feature tomorrow, the co-feature tomorrow. What a race this is. A wide open allowance, 3 and up, no conditions. $50,000 purse going a mile on the turf. And Hammy Smith has a couple in there, Talk Show Man and Unbridled Lion. We caught up with trainer Hammy Smith the other morning talking about the 2 runners he has in Saturday's co-feature here at Laurel.
Well, he came out his last race fine, and I was glad we can get a race to go for him. We was looking at the fine handicap next month. So we got a little prep for the race next month, and it should do him a lot of good.
And how's Unbridled Lion doing coming into the race?
Well, he's been away a long time, but he's training well. He really is. And I look for him to run okay. I just hope he can match up with the Talk Show Man and the rest of them, but he's been training real well.
There's Hammy Smith having a nice summer mate, and the second horse he was talking about was Unbridled Lion, who's training very well. But Talk Show Man going to be one of the favorites in that feature. Woke up last out in the Mr. Diz, a very good third to Flash Phelps.
Yeah, he's kind of come back and rounding and kind of recapturing. It looks like his best form. His numbers recently have been pretty solid, and his last race, he was absolutely rolling the last 16th of a mile. Calling that chart, it was rolling. The mile, I think he's perfect, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, perfect at the mile distance. He'll be ultra tough right back tomorrow, that co-feature. Good race, though. Really good race. I Play Every Day is in there.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
So Marengo Road for Trombetta.
Sure, yeah. So nice nice card tomorrow, Saturday at Laurel Park, but lots to get to today. And a big weekend next weekend here at Laurel Park. We'll have Kids Day a week from tomorrow here at Laurel Park. Celebrate Kids Day with pony rides. This will be next week from tomorrow, 1 to 5. Pony rides, petting zoo, airbrush, tattoo artists, crafts, and more. Free admission to the activities. Also, in addition to the Kids Day, watch real jockeys race on inflatable roadie ponies. So all kinds of fun for the kids. You can also make a $5 donation to the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund. And if your favorite jockey wins, you'll be entered into a drawing for a chance to win awesome prizes. So lots going on here next Saturday. And, of course, that's the day before the big party of the summer.
I would think the
Nope.
Ben's cat tattoo might be the biggest one the tattoo artist has got to do.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Sure. Have
They
the
got to
Ben's
come
cat.
out with something.
They
Have a little
should,
Ben's
yeah.
cat tattoo. That'd be
for,
great.
for the kids. So the
Yep.
kids love Ben's cat,
Yep.
and the kids and the adults. Everybody loves hot Maryland
yeah.
steamed crabs. This is going to be Sunday, July 30th, a week from this Sunday. Stuff your face with delicious Maryland hot steamed crabs from 1 to 5. They're going to be so hot, Keith, that when you get your tray, because they're going to come in a big truck. They're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
steam them live here
Perfect.
on site. You're going to get a big tray. You're going to dump them on your table. They'll be so hot, you're going to have to let them cool down for a few minutes.
Let all the
It's-
spices hit,
right.
kind of get just kind of everything going. Your sinuses will be cleared out. There's no doubt about it. If you have any issue with all the spice, I can't wait.
And
And I've somehow got to get a hold of some of these steamed crabs that day.
And it includes, of course, it includes all the sodas and cold beer
Yeah.
that you can ask for. Live DJ, live racing here. It's also Haskell Day as well. You can get a free Haskell hat for the Crab Feast. So go to laurelpark.com to learn more about Kids Day and the Crab Feast next weekend here at Laurel Park. Well, let's get right to it here. Lots to get over. Lots to go over for today's card. We'll have a carryover in the opener. Race 1. A little over 1,300 for that super high 5 in the opener. That's a low 15% takeout. Then the Rainbow Pick 6. That'll start race 5 today on the 10-race program, and that's a little over 4,200. I like the Pick 6. I have a $57 ticket. I'm going to key on Dundalk in race 9 for my Pick 6 tickets. That starts race 5. And then the late Pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. Late Pick 5 starts in race 6. No carryover today, but as always, more money back to you with that low 12% takeout. We're fast and firm. Beautiful conditions. I think the turf course today will be on the all along in the Dahlia. I think it's a firm turf course, obviously,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think it might be very firm and maybe playing for speed.
Yeah, they could very well be skipping along this turf course this afternoon. Yeah, it's kind of baked right now.
So in the 90s, fast firm, first race at 110. What do you say? Let's get right
get it
to it
rolling.
here. In race 1, we'll have that super high 5 carryover. Also, this race starts the early Pick 5, race 1. We have 2 Pick 5s, and the early Pick 5 always starts race 1, always a mandatory payout on the early Pick 5, and just like the late Pick 5 has that industry low 12% takeout. Also, $1,300 carryover for you here in the super high 5 in race 1 with that 15% takeout. So lots of action here in the opener. Let's get that's okay. Let's get right to it here. I
Okay.
got lots of PPs here in front of me. We're on the main track here for race 1, going 5 furlongs. Maiden claiming $25,000 for 2-year-old fillies, and I'm just going with a hunch play here. The 6 Miss Good Girl by Dance with Ravens, local Maryland-bred filly here for trainer Jerry Robb, who's having a very, very good summer with 3 winners already from 13 starts. He's 21% with a positive ROI with his debut runners. One lone work on the tab. One lone 3 furlong work, 35-2. The second fastest of 24 works. Where are the rest of the works?
Maybe she doesn't like getting up in the morning or something, you know?
I don't. Jerry
Miss
Robb's
Good
good
Girl.
with the 2-year-olds. Hunch play here, 5-1. I'll go with the 6 Miss Good Girl. Hopefully, there's some more works there in preparation for the debut.
I think this is kind of a scramble, the opener. Really, really tough race. Yeah, I originally had the 6 on the ticket toss, but I'll use her underneath, no doubt about it. Jerry Robb been very solid throughout the years with his 2-year-olds. Tick Tick Boom Dynamite for Phil Schoenthal really had a rough trip in debut on the turf, and I think this horse making the drop from maiden special to maiden claiming is going to really pick her head up. She flashed a little speed. I know you look at the dam; she was pretty much turf, but half to a 10-time dirt winner, a horse we saw run around here in Sailor's Revenge. This horse showed 2 moves on the turf, then had to, Little Green hit the rail upper stretch. It was just ease from there. Therefore, beaten 14 3/4 lengths. Maybe dirties up the form just enough. Tick Tick Boom Dynamite. The horses that have run haven't shown a lot of speed with an alert break. I think she'll be okay and can go a long way in the opener. The 3 local thrilling. We've got video stand up the 3.
Yes,
or no?
yes, we do. Yeah, video
local
spotlight
thriller.
here.
We're going to look at that debut run May 25th at Pimlico, breaking from the 4-post position. Steadied right at the break if we can roll it. Thanks, guys. In a little tight. Steady, almost a pinch and a squeeze back. Jock up on the horse there, Kevin Gomez. We'll watch it one more time. And as you know, going 4.5 furlongs, this is the last thing needed. Pretty much eliminates all chance. She was climbing a little bit early over the muddy sealed surface, and once she kind of gets off the inside, swings out a little bit, she closes up 8 or 9 lengths through the last 1/8 of a mile. The winner, Sammy Be Cool, I think was the blinkers on, one clear for trainer Tony Fair. But I like this little late run. And through the gallop out, we're going to pick the 4-horse up into the clubhouse turn at Pimlico. She's showing some life. There she is. You pick her up on the outside. This drop, again, the blinkers go on. An alert break is needed as well. I'll hedge towards the inside with the 2 Tick Tick Boom Dynamite and the 3 Local Thriller having that experience.
All right, well, you'll get a nice price there on the 2, so I don't want to jump on that horse and drag the price down any for you. We're both going with the price here in the opener. I guess we don't like the favorite. I guess that's the 3 Local Thriller. J.D. Acosta aboard for Robbie Bales. Didn't run a lick in the mud against Maiden Special Weight Company at Pimlico. Didn't break very well. You see the comment line steadied at the start. Maybe the horse just gave up after that.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have the gate issues. You see a nice 48-1 from the gate move July 14th here at Laurel. So hopefully they have the gate issues figured out and a big drop for the maiden 25 today.
Absolutely. And the 8 Truly Wicked Wayne Potts has done well. Little stat on him over the last 2 years, 2-year-old firsters on the dirt. 2 for 11, 6 for 11 in the money. He's got a positive ROI. They've all been ready. This horse might go ahead and get away at a decent price in this head scratcher. The opener's wide open. Wouldn't surprise me with your first-time starter. You know, the 2 transferring turf to dirt after a real trouble trip.
We both have
to spread around a little bit.
We both have the Hammy Smith first-timer in there. Princess A Go-Go.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, wide open opener there to kick off the early pick 5. End with that nice carryover in the super high 5. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the all-along turf course here. Maiden claiming 16,003 and up, and I go with the 5, Pearsonator. Probably, did win last time, was disqualified and placed second for trainer Hugh McMahon. Right back in here at the same level. Katie Davis, Hugh McMahon, they've been red hot recently. Pearsonator is supposed to go right to the front here and win this race probably at a short price.
Yeah. This horse was a scratch back on July 8th. I don't know, it was a vet scratch. It could have been a myriad of things. Certainly galloped last time out, beat Davies Fancy, who actually came back and ran okay the other day. Dericho's got some speed. Dericho, number 6. I think this horse will have, some other pressure. The 1. Big, bold Bach for Cal Lynch comes back to a preferred surface, goes first-time Lasix and first-time gelding on the turf, which is his preferred surface. The 9, My Pal Jerry, I went back and watched his last race. Yeah, he was bumped around at the break, and just a slight shuffle down inside, I think, really kind of hampered his run. He made a run late, inside, angled out, kept on coming. I think there's enough speed, and with this horse moving out from the inside to the outside, I think he can go ahead and settle and make one run and maybe pull off a decent upset here. I think he'll get close to double digits on the 9, My Pal Jerry.
Doesn't have much early speed, but did improve in that second start and should improve here in the third start. Keeps Caramonos aboard. I like the outside post, so we both like the 9. We both like the 7 a little bit as well here. Great captain for trainer Mike Stidham. Beaten favored last out, coming off of freshening against Maiden 25. Now drops in for the Maiden 16. Good rider aboard here, Daniel Centeno.
Yeah, another one. He had trouble with the break, a little bump, and then a light steady. He made a big, bold run 4 wide, but boy, he got real erratic through the stretch, lugging in, drifting out before fading. Something doesn't seem quite right. They're going to cut this horse in half from 25 down to 12.5. He'll be forward, making a move into it. I'm just worried about the finish of some of these horses. Obviously, Pearsonator is the one to beat.
All right, I'll throw a first-time starter. I don't like the inside post here for the 2. Nico's Newmite for trainer Rodney Jenkins, a first-time starter, 3-year-old by Nicanor out of a Diamond Mare course. Nicanor, full brother to Barbaro. Bunch of works on the tab. Steve Hamilton aboard. Well spotted here, I think, for the debut effort. Tough inside post, though, for the 2.
Yeah, this is tricky. 0 for 16 so far for the a sample over the last couple of years for Rodney Jenkins with these first-time starters. Yeah, Big Bow Block is interesting. I thought he would run a little bit better. He really kind of threw it in towards the inside on what maybe was a slightly negative rail. But going back to the turf should pick his head up. He'll be forward a long way.
A couple tricky maiden races for the early daily double today. It's a nice card. There'll be some nice prices on the card with the 6 turf races. So race 2 is the first of 6 turf races today. Let's turn the page. Race 3, we're on the main track going a mile in a 16th, claiming 10,000 for Philly and Mares. Never won 2 lifetime, and I go with the 7 on top. 12-1 morning line here. Bell Nation for trainer Ricky Silliman, Kevin Gomez, is aboard. I don't think there's much speed in this race at all. I think the race came up kind of soft, not much speed. Bell Nation had a nice win against Maiden 10 Company in the slop going a mile last January, and then came off the layoff, sprinting on the turf last out, just draw a line through that race. Maybe needed a race. Now gets back to the dirt, stretching out. Not much speed in this race. Kevin Gomez, a good rider. Maybe he goes right to the front here on this 3-year-old daughter of Cal Nation and steals it at a big price.
Yeah. It was bet down to 5-1, breaking the maiden back in January. Got a sloppy sealed surface. Maybe that's kind of what got her going and woke her up. I've got a comment on top of this car. No winner. There's no winner in the third race. I went all the way through this field and really came up tough for me. I think St. Mistress, though, looking at a couple angles, you see right there at the bottom of the page of the PPs, second off of this kind of layoff, 23% with over a $3 ROI. Sprinter routes, 38% $5 ROI for trainer Mike Girales. This is the right kind of feel for her. I think she's a little bit faster than Bell Nation. You know, if there's going to be a field where I think she can go ahead and dictate on the front end, this is the one. St. Mistress, I think all or nothing type in race number 3.
Well, you get Forrest Boyce on the 5. She's been red hot the last couple weekends. I respect the 5. I'll use that one in my top 4. We both like the 6, Chamberlain Road here for trainer Claudio Gonzalez. Showmore Torres aboard. Nice maiden win last out, so the horse is in good form. Now gets back to the dirt where she's run a couple good efforts. I think well spotted here. She should be right there for strong connections.
Talked about this outfit with the owner, right? He doesn't mess around. He'll drop his horses in a heartbeat. Yeah, she runs a 41 breaking her maiden. She's going to have to even run a little bit better than that. But it's third time for the barn. They've got her in good form. I don't mind the transition back to the main track. Was caught very wide 2 races back. She'll be forward in here. I think she can drop over 2 or 3 path. She, I think, might get first run on the speed. That's Chamberlain Road.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 4 is going to kick off the middle pick 4. It's a nice maiden special weight, one of our features of the day here in race 4 to kick off the middle pick 4, going a mile and a 16th on the all along maiden special weight for 3-year-olds and upward. And my top pick here is the 7 Shortlist. We have a video spotlight of his last race. This was June 30th at Laurel Park against maiden special weight companies. The first time trainer Ann Merriman put blinkers on this 3-year-old son. A congrats and a big improvement. It was his second time going long on the turf, this year. Blinkers on, a very good second to surprise twist. So Javion Toledo, it was the first time he was aboard last time. He's back aboard today. This will be the second race back off that brief freshening. I think Ann Merriman has Shortlist in good form right now, and that's my top pick here. Going to be the favorite in race 4.
I would think. You know, he beat Just Howard a couple races back, who came back to win the Caveat Stakes.
Sure.
Maybe just didn't see that horse down inside. He was kind of hung out wide, and surprise twist, the winner. I believe it was a Delacour horse, slipped through inside to win going clear. Yeah, I think the main 2 competitors, the 4 Tennessee Wildcat, the 6 and 10 to strike. I like the 6 and 10 to strike here for Grand Motion. Not really a bad race. Back in April at Keeneland against the next out winner in Kitten's Karma. The blinkers go on. This is the first time blinkers on the turf for intent to strike. Good fact here, 9 for 27 is Motion the last 2 years. First blinkers on the grass with an ROI, hedging up towards $3. Slightly better price. Intent to strike, maybe to upset Shortlist.
You have to respect the connections here of the 6 and the breeding. What a nice homebred this is for Samson Farm by Smart Strike out of an AP Indy mare. Those are the kind of horses you want to breed. So I like the 6. I'll use that one in my top 3. Talking about the 4 Tennessee Wildcat, who you like a little bit here. I like coming off a freshening here for trainer Hammy Smith. A good effort last out at Pimlico against maiden 40,000 Company, going long on the turf. A good second beat and a nose there at 10-1. We caught up with Hammy Smith talking about Tennessee Wildcat in race 4 today.
Well, he had a good work the other day. He had a little girl work him, and he did real well. And worked him with 2 other horses, and he pulled away from him at the end. And off of his last race, if he can duplicate that, I think he'll be tough to beat.
There you go, short and sweet. Hammy Smith saying if he runs the same race, he's going to be tough to beat.
No, he doesn't have to improve much off of that. I think he's got to move up just a little bit if he's going to get the better of Shortlist. He's protecting again. This horse ran a big race, probably the right thing. A little bit of a break. This horse had run some races right in a row. A little break. Papa Pablo's come back okay. Croce Dior, the only knock I had, he was well beaten by Shortlist a couple races back, but Hammy knows what he's got. He's not going to give him away here.
Sure.
Could be tough.
I throw a first-time starter in the exacta trainer, Jack Fisher. He's been red hot here this summer, and he has a well-bred horse here, bred by Windstar Farm, by Smart Strike, out of a Storm and Fever mare. They paid $230,000 for this guy as a yearling at Keeneland. Some bullet works on the tab. You know, Jack Fisher can have one ready to go long on the turf. Forrest Boyce has been is aboard. She's been aboard for the couple winners he's had here this summer. So I think the 3:11 it is. Gets Lasix in debut. I think could be a factor in this race.
I was shocked. I looked at the price, $230,000. Looked at the family. Okay. The mare was 4 for 9, all dirt. So, interesting move, but, conditioning shouldn't be an issue, the way Jack Fisher gets them ready.
Sure,
no
up there
problem.
in the fields, the Hunt Fields of Butler, Maryland. That's a nice race. How about the Beverly Steinman homebred in here, making his debut at 4 by Gosapper out of a Dynaformer mare. That's some nice turf pedigree for you. Doug Fout, Doug Fout, the trainer, Sheldon Russell aboard. I still have one of my biggest scores, Plebe, for I think Doug Fout's father, who was Paul Fout.
Yeah.
Plebe here with Albert Delgado at about a 45-1. That was a long time ago. I had 5 across the board when I was in college. I was broke. So
Who gave you that horse? You sure it wasn't me?
I saw the horse coming out of the paddock, and the horse looked like $1 million. And my buddy was going to the Naval Academy.
There's the hunch play.
There's the hunch play. So Beverly Steinman, all she does is breed nice horses, and the Fouts do a nice job training for her.
We got fat off of that horse.
Plebe?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have Plebe, too?
I believe that was the horse, if I'm not mistaken. Might have ran a Pimlico first time out.
Yes. And then second time out, going long on the turf, went right
a little
to the
change. Yeah, little change of tactics. That's all we're going to say.
40,
right?
Yeah, 45-1. So the 8 negotiate.
Go read the chart.
Yeah. All right, so they breed nice horses. The 8 negotiate might be live there.
Oh, yeah.
And race 4. So Plebe, we both had money on Plebe.
Yeah, we did.
I like it. All right,
We don't miss a thing upstairs, Stan.
Huh?
We don't miss a thing
No,
upstairs.
you guys see it you see it all up there. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll start with the Rainbow Pick 6. Nice carryover today, a little over 4,200. That starts in race 5. We'll start with that when we come back.
The best bets at Laurel Park are the Pick 5s, and we have 2 of them. The early Pick 5 starts in race 1 and is a mandatory payout. The late Pick 5 is the last 5 races of the day and has carryover potential. Both Pick 5s at Laurel Park have an industry-low 12% takeout. The Pick 5s at Laurel Park, your best bet.
Ecstatic. All right, welcome back today at the races presented by Fidelity First. We're live here at the historic Laurel Park paddock. I'm Stan Salter, Keith Fustel, as we get you ready for the 3-day race weekend. It's clear and sunny, a little hot, but we're fast and firm, and a nice carryover in today's Rainbow Pick 6. $4,247. I think this will be played well today. Starts in race 5 today. I have a ticket. Let's take a look here at my $57.60 ticket. I'm going to go 3 deep in race 5 using the 257, and then just using 2 runners in race 6. I'll use the favored, the 8, Barney Rebel, but I like the 2, Arctic North, coming off the layoff at 10-1 for Elizabeth Voss. And then I'll go 4 deep there in race 7. Race 8, a nice 2 other than allowance race. I'll go 4 deep in there. I like a Lynn Ashby 20-1 shot in there. The 3, just too much in race 8. And then I'm going to key my best bet of the day, number 5, the Maryland-bred Dundalk for trainer Dove Houghton, in good form right now. I'll key on Dundalk, then going 3 deep there, 6, 11, 12 in race 10. Rainbow Pick 6 starts race 5 today. Let's take a look here at the 5th race. We'll be on the main track, a mile and a 6. Real quick, how you like my single there, Dundalk, later on?
He's really taken a liking to the turf.
Sure.
I mean, Best Yes is going to be awfully tough.
Gotta get off the rail.
Upset him. Dundalk he should be very strong today. You get him. You head over to Squire's Pub. Is Squire's Pub still there?
Yes.
There
Famous Pizza in Dundalk.
There you go.
Yes.
Right over to Squire's after a little hit on Dundalk.
All right, we're on the main track here for race 5, going a mile and a 16th here on the main track. Maiden claiming 16,000 for filly and mares. The 5, Brahms Sweets for trainer Jamie Ness. Edwin Gonzalez is aboard. I'll use this one on top. A good second on the main track, going 2 turns against Maiden 22 starts ago at Delaware. Didn't like the turf last out. First start now in the new barn here. Jamie Ness gets Edwin Gonzalez, who's done well. Or a little cold maybe this summer, but was doing well in the spring.
Right.
I think the 5, Brahms Sweets, well spotted here to break the Maiden.
Yeah, there's going to be a short price in here. The 1, Beyond Forever. I think that's going to leave Brahms Sweet real short. when it comes to price. I thought I was hoping to get a little price on the 2. Hashtag selfie. We might still get maybe that 3-4 to 1 range. I think money will come in. First time Claudio off the claim. Okay debut on a slop, then a trouble trip last time out. Claims, drops. The mare was 2 for 12 going long. Ran pretty steady going long. Suspect field. With an alert break, I think she might be able to go ahead and take this field coast to coast.
All right, so I use that one in my top 3 here. You have to respect the connections of Claudio Gonzalez. First off, the claim and sprinter route. He's 23% with a positive ROI. Leading rider Victor Carrasco having a nice summer, so I respect that one. I'll use that one in my top 3. But the 7 we both like a little bit here. Important. Second off the claim for trainer Mary Epler. Decent 4th last out against Maiden, 25,000 company. Chamberlain Road, who was 3rd in that race, would come back to win. Important drops down a little bit today here. Caramano stays aboard. Epler having a strong summer. I think important at this level against a soft group with the favorite out. I think the 7 will be right there.
They claimed her for 10. Caught a softer bunch for that Maiden 25. This is back to the right spot. She's going to have to move up, I think, a little bit more. Has experience going to 2 turns. Just kind of a grinder. Doesn't really have an explosive move, but she needs to step it up just a little bit. Wouldn't surprise me, but I think your best value could be the 2 hashtag selfie, but needs a better break. Has really had some trouble beginnings.
Some tricky competitive maiden races today. The early double races 1 and 2. Race 5 here to kick the pick 6 off. Race 4, one of our features, the maiden special weight. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 is going to kick off the late pick 5. And a nice 7,500 starter allowance going a mile and a 16th on the Dahlia turf course with the rail at 52 feet. And I'm going to go with the 10-to-1 shot coming off a layoff here for trainer Elizabeth Voss. The 8-year-old Arctic North has made almost 300,000. Fergal Lynch gets aboard. Fergal Lynch was aboard last September. Here's Arctic North's win last September against Open 7,500 company. He was dropping in from 32,000, 40,000 at Saratoga last summer. So he gets some money here for 7,500. He runs back a couple times against Open 15,000 company. It was a good second, then a second against Open 75 last November to finish out last year's campaign. So he's been well rested with having the winner off.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Voss, very good with horses coming off the layoff, especially with long horses on the turf. That's her game. Fergal Lynch should get a ground-saving trip. I love the 2 Arctic North here coming off the layoff.
Yeah, we got a scratch of the 4 Finn McCool and Arctic North. Yeah, I'm going to use definitely Stan. I think Barney Rebel will be your favorite again. Was bet down the 4 to 5. I think he'll come off of that last race, going for 4 straight for the Mary Epler barn here for Flying Pheasant Farm. Yeah, Arctic North ran a big race off the drop, and he kind of steadily worked his way down the claiming ranks, but he never really went terribly off form last season. He's a very capable trainer in Elizabeth Voss. Give this old-timer a little freshening. I think he'll come back ready to roll. I'm not worried about the mile 16th. If you like him, I think you also got to use the 3, Intrepid Citizen. I think these 2 might hold the key to the best value in race number 6. Intrepid Citizen, a good race last time, a steady kind of a rally. I think he's going to be better second time out for Gary Capuano. I like the protect move here. Was in for the waiver last time, now in for the starter. I think Intrepid Citizen is going to fire one of his better shots.
Yeah, 7-year-old's a 3-time winner on the Laurel grass. Gary Capuano, very dangerous second off the layoff. You get Centron aboard, so you have to like the 3. I overlook him. It's a tough race here. I have a 10-to-1 shot on top. The 8 Barney Rebel going to be your favorite, and he's in great form right now since being in the new barn of Mary Epler. He's won 3 in a row, and the best form of his life right now here as a 9-year-old. Caramanos has been aboard for the last 3 wins. He's back aboard today. Barney Rebel should be right there once again today.
Yeah, open the bank. He's a bomb. But like I say, this turf course you see early, they're just whistling out on the front ends. Don't be scared to throw him in. They're a big effort at 40 to 1 back in September.
Sure.
Other speed in the race, Flying To Be Childers. Jose Seaview will be stalking. I'm looking for that stronger finish. And I think Intrepid Citizen, he faced Barney Rebel a while back, and he was a little too close to the pace. I think he's found what he likes to do, settle about 4 or 5 out of it, and then make the run from there. Slight upset shot, but Barney Rebel still with the target. He's the one to beat.
All right, take a look here at the late pick 4. I know you like the late pick 4 today. It starts in race 7. It's a tricky beat nickel race going 7 furlongs on the main track. Let's take a look here at Keith's late pick 4 starting race 7.
I think one of the keys is, can you try to beat Kieran starting it out in race 7? Love You Back going to be a shorter price. Big win off the claim, then to try the turf. Now, bam, right back at you, right in your face for 5,000. Love You Back. If we can get past her, I'm going to pick her on top, but I'm spreading her around. Also using the 3 Indigo Tigress and the other Wayne Potts horse, the 6 Goto Fabulous. We're going to go 3 by 3, the 4, 5, and 7. Really like Jay Latash awake today. I think holds value in race number 8, race number 9, 3 deep again. Best yes, the 5 Dundalk, one of your better bets today, and the 6 Tempt Me Twice. I think it's one of those 3 has to get it done. And in the 10th, Chant David Gent and Hurricane Herald, another Gary Capuano. A little pressure on Gary Capuano putting on him today, but he's pretty reliable. He's pretty steady. $27 ticket.
I like the ticket,
Yeah.
and if you like grass racing, the late pick 4 is for you today. Races 8, 9, and 10 are on the turf, and let's take a look here at race 7. A beaten nickel, 7 furlongs on the main track to get things started. The 1 Love You Back. I don't like the inside post going 7 furlongs, but this horse taking a big drop for trainer Kieran McGee. A nice win against 10,000, 2 Life Company 2 starts ago. Tried the turf last out, didn't like that. 0 for 2 on the turf. Now gets back to a winnable level at her best surface. And I love the win going a mile 2 starts ago. Should have her dead fit here for the 7/8 today.
I mean, this is why Kieran's so good, why he wins so many races, and why he's a little tough to figure sometimes for the bettors. Yeah, you usually can rely on him. It's just, she's in the right spot. I mean, I was surprised to see her on the lead last time on the grass. I know she had run okay sprinting down at the fairgrounds, but the 2-back trial, looking at the breeding, didn't think she'd get the distance. She did. She had trouble. She overcame it. She's a stalk and pounce kind of candidate. Indigo Tigress for Wayne Potts gets in very light, a 10-pound bug rider. I think is the speed of the speed. Go ahead and send. Go as fast as you can, as far as you can. Those internals back at Pimlico, May 18th, 23 and 4, 47 and 313. I compared them to some other races. Really, really quick. I think she finds herself alone on the lead with a target. Love You Back maybe to run her down, or even her stablemate, the 6 Ghetto Fabulous.
All right, well, so we're both on the 1 here. Love You Back. The 3 will be a nice price with the 10-pound Bug Girl aboard. We both like the 4 here. Brooks on Fire. Sheldon Russell having a good summertime. This horse been right there, sprinting on the dirt. 6 furlongs, 5.5. Should love stretching out to the 7 furlongs today.
Yeah, that's my concern. 7. She's going to have, she's got that tactical enough speed, especially against this group. Does she sustain? Can she kind of hold off Love You Back if she kind of gives if Love You Back runs anything to the 2-back race, you're not beating her.
All right.
You got Frisian Flyer, too, a big dropper off the claim for Ricky Silliman.
All right, so we're both on the 1. Love You Back here in race 7. All turf for the late pick 3 today starting. In race 8, we're going 5.5 furlongs on the Dahlia turf course with the rail at 52 feet. And we have a video spotlight on the 4 here. Jay Latache for trainer Graham Motion. Alex Centron aboard. This was a good-looking win last April right here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, they tried her long on the grass, short on the grass, and short on the grass is where it's at for Jay Latache. Over that race at Laurel, April the 8th. We're going to roll it, guys. Trouble at the break. Bumped and check. You're going to see this horse have some trouble leaving the starting gate, highlighted there. Little bump. And then all of a sudden, here we go, a little check at the break. And we talked about it. These shorter races is awfully tough. But the one thing Jay Latache has is a pretty strong kick, going 5.5 on the turf course. And you're going to see this horse finally gets out in the clear sailing and about the 6th path, coming past the 8th pole, and really levels off nicely there. Put to the right-handed stick, a little drift in. Fergal Lynch has got to kind of get her out to the outside, and she sustains on her correct lead, goes clear late over Baltimore Street. It really ran big that day. I think Jay Latache ran very credible in the Blue Sparkler after overcoming trouble. Keyed up against some horses. Spectacular Me, we saw daylight ahead, right, win the stake. I tossed the last race on the synthetic. Synthetic to turf is also a very strong move for Graham Motion. There's enough speed in here. I think Jay Latache rolls by late.
All right, I like her. I use her in the exact. I think the 7 Catching Firefly is in great form right now for trainer Arnaud Delacour, 6-year-old mare. She's 3 for 3 here on the Laurel grass. Couple wins and a second, a good second last out at this level. This will be the 3rd start back here today. Fergal Lynch should get a beautiful trip from the outside here. I love the 7 Catching Fireflies on top.
Absolutely have to use. And one of my favorites here, Awake Today. I chased her all the time. She came back off of a layoff from November to June and ran pretty well. Took back, made a move, just a little bit of fade late in the Tyson Gilpin. She's run some big races over this turf course. I think she can move up off of the last one. The problem is she's got some targets. Just Too Much is really good. She's really quick early. You've got some other speed in here. She makes a move. It's that last little bit. I'm just worried if she's going to be able to hold off the late charges of like the 4 or even your horse catching flyer flies.
It's a nice upper level feature of the day. Sprinting on the Dahlia Turf Course, 5.5 furlongs there for race 8. Let's take a look here at race 9 to kick off the late daily double. This is a nice Maryland bred first level allowance contest for 3-year-olds and up. 5.5 furlongs on the all along. Dundalk is my best bet today, hun. Let's take a look here at his last win. 3-year-old son of Baltimore Bob. Baltimore Bob was a stakes winner around here on the turf, and Dundalk loving the turf. A good second 2 starts ago, and a good come-from-behind win as the favored here on July 1st. Caramanos will be back aboard today. Dove Houghton, the trainer here of this Maryland bred, she's very high on Dundalk. This was a good-looking win here, July 1st.
Ran down the lone speed. That was a horse, I think Jimmy Kirk's horse, coming up from Florida off of 1 race. And sheer determination for Dundalk. Yeah, 5.5 is perfect for him. Stalks again and makes a steady run. It's he or Best Yes. They both have very similar running styles. Maybe Best Yes encounters a little bit more trouble with it. He's more established. He's a 3-time winner. I'm going to give him a slight edge. I'll go 1-5-6, tempt me twice. I don't know if he could have run any better than what he did last time. Will he regress a little bit? If he doesn't, he's in the mix. This looks like a photo finish coming down in race number 9. Buddy Anthony is your speed for the most part. He's transitioning. What's going to happen? He's really improved nicely in a barn change, and the blinker is off. Some okay turf breeding on this horse.
Trainer Dove Houghton, she's been around here for a long time, supporting the Maryland bred program. She has a good-looking Maryland bred here with Dundalk. Here's what she had to say yesterday morning.
He's doing really well. This race came up a little quicker than I was really looking for, but when I looked in the new book, this was the only there are no Maryland bred races in the new book. So we decided to go ahead and give this a go because we want to try to support the Maryland bred program and be involved.
This is home track, and he's had a lot of success here, turf and dirt. What do you think his best surfaces?
You know, at this point, if you look at the paper, the numbers say turf, but I think he's good on either. I think he's just an improving horse. He was a little immature to begin with, and I think he's getting better.
All right, so Dove Houghton, she's been around here for a long time, and I think she has a good one here with Dundalk. This will be a tougher test here, facing winners against the Lowndes Company, but against Maryland breds, I think she has them in the perfect spot.
And she said, key, taking advantage of the Maryland bred program, but his numbers work, just like, Best Yes. These two, they get through this condition. Nice thing for their owners, their trainers. They can go in that open.
Sure.
And these horses, both of these two, are going to be competitive in that straight A other than.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, so nice
Good for the owners.
Allowance feature for Maryland breds there to kick off the late daily double. Another turf race for you. 6 turf races today on our world-class turf. Maiden 25,000 here for 3-year-olds. Going 9 furlongs on the Dahlia Turf Course with the rail at 52 feet. David Chant, my top pick in here. Steve Hamilton aboard for Sammy Davis. A good-looking debut against Maiden 25,000 company on the turf here at Laurel. A good second that day. The maiden special weight was just too tough. Now drops back down to a realistic level today.
Yeah, I'm going to take the 7 Hurricane Harold. We're just talking about Dundalk. Not a bad race. Close some late. Stretches back out. You look deeper in the family lines. Kin to some really nice routers on the grass. I think Hurricane Harold can maybe pull a slight upset. But David Chant is probably, the one to beat. Short list. Good effort in debut. Was bet down. Took a lot of play, too, in that bigger field back in May at Laurel.
All right, Gary Capuano has a good day today. You're going to have a good day today.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
All right, rooting on Gary Cap today. I love Lemon Drop Kids, so I overlooked the 7 a little bit there, Hurricane Harold, but you'll probably get a nice price there with Kevin Gomez aboard. We're out of time. It's a 10-race program for you today. 6 races on the turf. Nice carryover in that pick 6 starting in race 5. Trainer Tim Tullock, he'll be on with me this afternoon. Dave Rodman, he's coming up next. All today's scratches and changes, and we'll also have a moment of silence for the Maryland bred champion, Ben's Cat. Good luck today.
Good luck.